Open your eyes.
Welcome to Chat of the Wild. This is episode 2. This will be the first episode that we can actually talk about the game, guys. We got the game.
I know. You sound so reserved.
I'm trying to be.
we didn't get to talk about it till now.
Yeah, but you would think that I would just be exploding with excitement, which I am.
It's been a long day.
It has been a very long day.
It's been a long weekend already.
Switch-filled day.
You can listen to us talk about our Switch adventures for today over at Just Another Video Game Podcast.
But this is more of a special podcast.
This is the Zelda.
Yeah.
Zelda
Edition.
Breath of the Wild edition.
Edition.
It's
guys,
so good.
It's
guys,
amazing.
That opening. Let's just jump into it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
You
just a little heads up. We're not going to be talking story spoilers on this episode, but I can guarantee you, the next episode we are probably going to be starting right along with story spoilers.
Mm-hmm. Out of the gate. Probably.
So really, we're just focusing on the Great Plateau, sort of the intro level, as it is. Go ahead. What?
Just that opening, like you start the game.
5 minutes. It's like 5 minutes and you're gone.
And not even that. There's no menu. There's no press start.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You launch the game.
The first
Black
time.
screen. Legend of Zelda. Breath of the
Oh
Wild.
god, I love that at the beginning.
It was
Nintendo
just
presents.
there.
Yeah, it says
It
Legend
was
of Zelda,
just the
Breath of the
game.
Wild.
There was nothing else when you started up the game. It was so great. And I think we've all kind of seen the opening, the beginning of the game, just from
Link
E3
waking
coverage,
up.
and Link looking like Doom guy and all that stuff.
it was such a subdued Doom guy.
Yeah.
In a way. Yeah.
God,
No, yeah, it was
so
nice.
good,
Yeah.
so good. And then you're just right in it.
So, I'm the I'm the least far of us.
I think you've spent the least amount of time.
Well, yeah,
We
you
all,
didn't get as
That's
much
true.
time.
Yeah, I only got maybe 3 hours to
But
play.
we're all out of the plateau.
Yeah.
I'm not out yet. I'm
Okay.
on the verge of jumping out of it.
Okay.
I'm still exploring around a few things. I want to take out a couple of the Bokoblin camps that are over there.
And there's quite a bit of those.
Which so we said no story spoilers. There are going to be mechanic spoilers in this game.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think of the fact that we're not finding heart pieces?
Yeah.
So at first
that
I was
too.
a little confused. I was like, "Oh no, I'm running out of health. I just did this level thing. How am I going to get hearts?
Yeah.
Where do I go? Oh crap!
Yeah.
Eat those apples, buddy.
Yeah, you got to constantly be eating fruit.
Yeah, because at the beginning, step one, I climbed everything I possibly could.
Yeah, seriously.
That was it.
I
I climbed the biggest tree I could find, and
Yeah.
up there were bird eggs, and I was like, those are mine, I'm going to pocket those. I'm just collecting everything I can because I couldn't find a cooking pot, like a cauldron or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, when am I going to be able to make stuff? And then when I finally got to one, I'm standing over it going,
What do I do?
what should I do?
Yeah, it's just how do I do? Okay, at first I just kept putting one thing at a time.
Yeah.
I was messing around with it, and then he turns into that meme of what do I do with all these lemons?
Yeah.
See ya!
And
That's how I know it. That's how I know it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. And then so then you throw them on there. It's like
Yeah, I love the music that it makes when you're cooking.
Music. I'm very surprised how subdued the music is. How subdued the sound.
It's not
is.
even there some of the time.
but
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Oh no, it's great.
Because it makes me feel like I'm playing Skyrim in that way. Because that's how Skyrim is.
It's only when you
you're
get to
going
certain
around
places,
Yeah, it's only
music
in
will
certain
pick up,
places. Oh, here's music. Oh, this means I must be where I'm supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Or, hey, this is a significant area.
Right.
Or, yeah.
Because you are you're alone.
Yeah, like you don't have your assistant.
This land is vast. It is not empty, but like it is just.
You're not a fairy boy anymore, Link.
Right.
It's spread out. You're alone. It's quiet. You're in the world. You are traversing it. Yeah, like there's not just like
it's very scenic.
There's no music playing behind you. Like, yeah, I'm just kind of rolling through the. No, you're here in the world and you're trying to figure out what to do.
Right. I mean, there's amazing choices that they made in terms of like the mechanics of it, where push a button, you've got a bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I love that.
I love that too.
There's a bow and arrow button,
and being able to move around with the motion control and then moving the sticks around, because it was always in the past whenever you'd be shooting a bow and arrow, it's like you could. I mean, well, could you move around? I thought
you could.
I think
yeah,
you
but
had to
you can't aim. You can move around with it
with Z trigger. Yeah, in the old games
you hold
would
Z down
trigger and you'd be able to do that.
That was the only way.
You
but
couldn't really
couldn't
aim unless you were targeting to something, and then it would just shoot at it.
But now it's like hold down R to charge it up, and you can be moving around, get your shot with the motion control lined up, headshot fire. Oh, it feels so good.
Are you guys having trouble getting used to just all the buttons being like, okay, now you've got to like if your bow and arrows out, you have to put it away to get your weapon out, or you have to put your weapon away. If it's a two-handed weapon, you got to put it away to get your shield out.
I did, but I don't now.
The only thing in terms of mechanics and like controls of this game that are anything close to previous Zelda is holding down the L trigger to lock on enemies.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Like it's all new. I was telling Tyler that when I'm targeting something, I'm trying to use the A button to side hop and do backflips and stuff. It's X now. That's the jump button. And I'm having like
I have issues with that. I do have issues with jumping in X. Like I don't like
I feel like it should be
it should be B. It should be B or A. Either of those ones I think would work better. I think it would be better if you had run as X. That's your like stamina run thing, and then A is jump.
But you see,
because that would, I feel like that would work better for when you're like running and jumping.
Yeah, because the thing that got the top button and the bottom button.
Yeah,
you can't hit those.
I've tried doing it a couple times, and it's just really uncomfortable.
Yeah, the thing that helped me was I thought about it like Smash. I jump with X.
Okay,
I never jump with X in Smash.
Yeah, everybody else uses analog. I do not use analog on there, so.
Weapon selecting is odd, not necessarily bad, but
because if you're trying to run away from something, you're using the control stick and the weapon select are on the same side. So it's like I'm trying to run and I just broke a weapon and I need to get another one out. I'm like, okay, stop.
Right.
And
you can always hit pause. You can always be running and pause.
That's true.
Switch to an equip.
That's what I do when I'm in battle.
Okay.
Which when things get really intense, that's the best way.
I'll probably start
pause
doing
everything.
That,
now, if I'm just out wandering around, I'll just use the directional path.
So where did you go
when I first started? I talked to the old guy, obviously, and then
of course. Did you take all his stuff? Did you take his fruit?
And he's like, "Hey, oh no, you can have it." I thought that was funny. I went straight
very cagey
for
with my answers with him. He's like trying to ask me about. I heard. Did you hear a voice? Like, no, fuck off, old man. Damn it.
I went straight for the Temple of Time because I was like,
of course,
oh my gosh, the Temple of Time's here? What happened to it? Oh, whoa, this place is demolished. And I literally spent several minutes just looking around the Temple of Time.
Around there, yeah.
Did you climb up to the top?
Yeah.
Did you get that sweet bow?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you do. I mean, you go up there eventually.
Right,
you get led up to there eventually.
At first, I climbed up.
I didn't even think to do that.
I just happened to find the ladder.
Yeah, no, I saw the ladder, and that's
because at one point, near the part of the story, it does guide you towards the top, and I'm looking there like, how the heck am I supposed to get up there?
Yeah.
Slow and steady.
That's where I went because it was just it was a nostalgia thing.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. For me, I get out there and it's like I'm just exploring. I'm like, this looks so nice.
Where do I need to go?
And then I just was like, you get paused in the middle of it early on, and everything freezes around you, which I thought was weird at first, because I'm like, that bird is just frozen there. That is this game broken? And then you hear Zelda's voice, Link, go here, and it's just like, oh, okay, all right, and then I went the other way. Yeah. She was like, go here, and then I came across an area where there was a guardian.
Yeah.
And it just suddenly woke up and started shooting lasers at me, and I'm like,
yep.
It didn't move though.
It didn't move. It stayed in one spot.
Yeah,
but it just shot.
Yeah,
it just kept trying to shoot lasers.
I went through that area too.
Yep.
And you have to stay up on top of all the walls, and he won't see you.
No,
they still see you. It still saw me on top.
You can hide behind stuff, but if you climb up on the walls and just walk around, like
no, it saw me. It shot at me up there.
One of them tried to shoot at me.
Oh, really?
There's several of them
there. I didn't get hit. I know there's several of them, but I didn't get hit while I was up there at all.
Yeah,
I almost did. I didn't get hit while I was up there, but they targeted me.
Oh. I ended up. I ended up going the opposite way. I wanted to look around. I meandered toward. I think I was like, the east side of the plateau, and then I headed up into the mountains.
Yeah,
like as soon as I could, but then that didn't work out.
Did you freeze?
Yeah, and I turned around, and full disclosure, I am nakers right now.
Brian's going for a naked run.
I have not put any of the clothes they've given me on because I think it's just more funny to go around and stomp faces.
How you want.
To stomp faces in my underwear, and I think it's hilarious.
They said you can do that. They said you can get through the whole game without equipping any gear.
You know what? I eventually will have to. I know it, but and I eventually will want to.
You're gonna find the thing that you'll want to wear.
Yeah. I mean, at some point you get some clothes, but I didn't like the ratty ones they gave me, and I just for the heck of it, I thought it'd be a lot more fun to just be in my skivvies.
Right.
So when you do have to go to the snowy, cold area, there's a bunch of chili peppers really close.
Oh yeah,
it's great the way they did that.
Yeah. So I just made a crap load of spicy food and took off through the mountains.
Now I saw you Tyler. You shared a screenshot. You had the Deku leaf.
Yeah.
The Korok leaf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you make it to that boat that's over in the snowy area?
There's a boat in the snowy area?
There's a boat, but it's hard to get to, and I know that you can use that Korok leaf to blow the sail to get it to move across.
Oh. I found a neat trick with the leaf.
What's that?
I told Brian about it. There was a little goblin that was trying to fight me, and I hit him once, and then he was on the ground, and I was like, screw this. I threw a bomb at him, and he got back up, and I was like, well, I'm not going to blow this up now, since he's not near it. He starts, because he's running towards me. Well, I took that leaf, and I blew him towards the bomb, and it blew the bomb with him. And so I just exploded it while they were both getting blown away, and he got blown off the ledge. It was hilarious. I was like, oh, I can do combos.
Yeah, it's physics. Like there's physics in this game. It's insane.
It's awesome. Everything that I've been finding out, like slowly, is just like, oh my god.
That does. Have you guys seen any of the Koroks?
Yes.
I have not.
You haven't?
I've come across a handful of them.
I've found one so far on the Great Plateau. It's actually really close to the beginning.
Yeah.
If you're eyeing, there's some strange shapes in the water. You can kind of see where you need to go.
Okay.
There's one down in the forest that kept baiting me along, and I was like, "What is that? Like, what is that? What is that little guy?" And eventually he popped out, and I found another one somewhere else.
Hopefully you find something that'll make it easy to find.
Have you guys seen?
Because they just seem impossible to find, really.
You just kind of stumble across them.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen a shooting star yet?
No.
Shooting star, no.
They fall, and you can go to where they land.
I saw
there's like stuff that you can pick up from it.
Interesting. I saw
It'll be a big glowing area like you put on your map marker.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only there for a little bit.
I saw a GIF.
Maybe I have seen that.
I saw
it's only there for a little bit, though. Yeah. It disappears.
I saw a GIF of it.
Sure.
Oh, we saw it happen. Me and Joe were playing it.
Oh, really? Cool.
and we tried to go over there, and I didn't have the paraglider yet, so I was like, let me go get it, and then it was disappeared. So,
so we got the shrines.
Yes.
There's 4 on the Great Plateau, so that's all I've done so far. Have you guys gotten any of the shrines outside of there yet?
Yeah. Only one more, and I saved it inside. No, I was getting ready to do another one, but then I found the village. So
okay,
a couple.
So the shrines, without spoiling, I don't necessarily at this point want to know if you find any new abilities. What kind of things have you found in the shrines? Other than are you just getting
each shrine has seems to have weapons. A chest and an orb.
An orb, okay.
The orbs.
But you're not necessarily finding a new rune,
because the runes were right at the beginning of the Great Plateau shrines.
Sure.
And so those the 2 that I've been in, no.
Yeah, same here.
One of them was a combat one, and one of them was a puzzle one.
One of mine was a paraglide one.
And I was completely outclassed in that combat one.
Huh.
But I ended up learning the pattern, and it took me.
You told me 10 times.
Yeah, I think on my 10th try.
Wow.
I took this, and it was a Guardian Sentry. It was like the little ones. Have you seen the little ones yet? Yeah, and he had a little.
I've killed one.
He had
of
a
those
spear
things,
that I got off of him, and that was
2
fun.
headshots take those guys out.
2? No.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, okay.
No,
I bomb arrowed them.
I shot plenty of arrows at that guy. Trust me, this guy was
a stronger one.
This guy was resilient.
I'm
in an area where I should not be alive right now.
Right, yeah.
Because when I got my glider, we don't have to go too far into jumping off of the plateau, but I just happened to see one. They said go this direction, of course.
Yeah.
I wanted to finish searching the plateau, the part that I hadn't gone to yet, and while I was finishing that off, I just oh hey, there's a shrine down there. I'm gonna jump down there, and I took care of that shrine, and I walked out and went, well, now I'm in the middle of a lake, and there's nothing but cliff faces everywhere, and I don't have the stamina to climb anything.
Well, I'm dead.
I could just warp back, but where's the fun in that? Let's see where I can go. And I've ended up in this ridiculous area, and for whatever reason, I'm still pushing through. I think right around the time we stopped playing, I went back to the plateau because I ran out of food. I ran out of items. I just kept dying over and over again. But I kind of held my own for a little while.
Oh, also,
that's awesome.
If you look up in the sky, me and Brian saw this earlier. There's it looks like a floating island or something.
Yeah.
Something.
There's a fortress. There's a fly. We know, you can in the trailers. You do get a glimpse of it. It's a giant flying fortress.
I didn't remember.
Lending to the idea. No, we don't know this for sure, but I've been saying this the whole time. I believe we are going to be flying by the end of this. Mm-hmm. That we're going to have some kind of wing move or something that you're going to be able to fly around.
I meant to ask you if you're is there any kind of link to Skyward Sword as far as story goes that you can tell so far?
The statues that you pray to are the exact goddess statues that are in Skyward Sword. Trying to think. I mean, there's some similarities in terms of like I told you before, the feeling of jumping down from the Great Plateau down below feels to me similar to flying from above the clouds down into a world there.
But this is just it's just another Zelda or Link story.
I'm getting a bunch of Ocarina of Time feels.
Well, but I didn't know if there was any, because now that they have a timeline, people are wondering if they're actually writing for the timeline.
I think it comes after Ocarina of Time. Maybe.
Well,
me and Joe were
time?
The adult Link timeline.
I don't care about the timelines, but I just want to know.
I know the 3.
I just want to. I'm just hoping I'm not missing something because I only played halfway through Skyward Sword. And
Joe and I were talking about it,
guys. It's after Wind Waker. I mean, how are you guys not seeing that?
No, we were thinking that it's either after Wind Waker,
because we have the Koroks, which are
in between.
Okay.
It's after the flood receded. That's why you just don't have any cities.
Yeah,
or
see,
anything,
that's what we were thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything is just wilderness for the most part.
But Wind Waker's after Ocarina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the
Wind
timeline.
Waker's 100 years.
But it's on a different timeline. So this is
No,
after
it's in the same
after
timeline.
Trains.
It's in the same timeline.
I mean, every Ocarina is in every timeline because according to Nintendo, Ocarina
Ocarina's where it
off all the
splits.
timelines.
I was talking about Wind Waker.
I don't care about timelines. I just didn't know if it was like if they were kind of playing off of that because Skyward Sword is the beginning.
Right.
Skyward
Sword,
so,
other
so
than
then never mind.
Tip Top.
I was just afraid that I was missing something and that I would have to go back and just finish Skyward Sword.
No.
And
Well, you should play it.
I know I want to finish it, but I don't have time to do that right now.
At this point, yeah. Other than a comic that you can find in the Hyrule Historia, this is the Skyward Sword is the earliest canon that we know of the Zelda series. This seems to be the latest.
Last. Yeah.
Not necessarily the last.
Well, no.
But it seems like the furthest along. It seems like this is way ahead because in the story stuff, we won't get into it, but there are some things that they talk about where it's like, okay, they're talking about things that happened in the past that really, this had to be really far ahead because the stuff they're talking about in the past doesn't seem to be directly connected to anything in the timeline that we're aware of so far.
Okay.
That's all I'll really go. I think that's pretty vague. I don't think I'm spoiling anything on that.
No, not at all.
No.
No, and I didn't want to. Good. It's it's just another story. It's just another legend.
Yeah, and there isn't anything on here that I'm really pulling from any timeline other than setting in a way, but not anything story wise. We know, they talk about Calamity Ganon at the very beginning. What that means, what is literally Ganon just that mist monster?
Well,
do we know?
Wind Waker, he's swept out.
I can't say anything.
I just want to.
He can't say anything.
Yeah, he's
ahead.
He's
he's seeped out of his bonds, and he was on the winds in Wind Waker. Like that was how Ganon spread out. So maybe he's still kind of a vapor form or something, but I don't know. But
yeah, that's our speculation. So yeah, okay. I think that's really all we can talk about so far on this one. We really are just scratching the surface without getting into more story stuff.
So I think the first camp I came across, I had just gotten my bombs, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna blow these Bokoblins up, and I throw a bomb into them, and it kind of rolls down a little bit of a hill, and lands directly in their camp. And the three of them kind of go, well, what's that? And they all crowded around it. And I'm like, is this really going to work? It is! Bam! Woo! Yeah. Like, it was so awesome.
Actually, I forgot to mention this. One of the first things I did in the game was I went towards the Temple of Time. But then I'm like going and I come across the first Bokoblin. And then I'm like, I click in the, not even just, didn't have any prompt in there. I'm like, I click on the left stick and he goes to crouch and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna be stealthy.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. I was trying to get...
It tracks your noise.
Yeah, it tracks your noise. Because I knew it tracks the noise. So I'm like, there's gotta be a way to be quiet. And I'm like, I click in the left stick because that's just how, that's a general...
Well, and it goes by how much you push on the analog going
you gotta be real careful with it. And I was like crouching and then I got close to him and then it was just like sneak attack and I'm like, yes, sneak attacks.
I was trying to figure out what all the buttons did as soon as I stepped out of the resurrection shrine or whatever, and one of them whistles, and that's when I noticed the
thing just goes crazy.
How much noise you're making, and I was like, there's stealth in this game. It's gonna be so great.
I will say I can't kill the Guardians right now.
They seem like they're going to be the hardest things to take out.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what made me go the way I went, because I ran into one going to, I'm going to go this area. Nope, there's one guarding. Yeah, it was walking, and it was just guarding. I was like, nope, and I took off running, and it killed me. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go that way now.
Yeah, I thought I was having problems. The area I'm in, when night falls, the little Bokoblin skeletons.
I have no problem.
Like 15 feet high.
Yeah,
they're huge.
Yeah,
and I turned around and I'm just like, I'm trying to bomb this hole in the wall, and there's a chest in there, and I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. And I just turn around, there's 3 of them, and they just swat me to the side and kill me. And I'm just like, where the heck did that come from?
Yep.
And I figured out that it was nighttime, so I ended up standing on top of a rock for however long.
You know you can rest at campfires, right?
Yeah.
But there was no campfires.
Okay.
I couldn't find any campfires. I couldn't find any cauldrons. I couldn't find any rest stops in this desert that I'm in. And so I had to sit there and wait for morning on top of a rock. And there was nothing I could do about it. And then once day hit, I booked it to the next little thing that I wanted to go check out.
Sounds like Final Fantasy 15. Oh, it's night.
And I gotta hang out. So let me try that. Okay, so are we good to close this one out though?
I think so.
I want to end it so far.
Yeah.
Favorite weapons.
Ooh.
Like the Iron Hammer.
Oh, the
Okay,
sledgehammer?
I found one of those in a
sledgehammer?
shrine,
Yeah.
but I haven't used it yet.
It's awesome.
It lasts for a while.
This is the only
Mine
way
broke.
I was able to beat that sentry.
Mine broke.
Because if you hold it down,
Yeah, you do.
he
I don't
charges
know
up,
with
but
that
while
one.
he's charging up, he spin attacks.
Oh, he does that with
Oh,
And then when
with
you
bat,
let go,
too.
he jumps into the air and just BAM! Brings the hammer down.
Oh man,
It's like a megaton hammer at the end of a long stick.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Okay,
I had 2 of them, and I think both of them are broken now, and I really want to know how to get another one.
you're just have to find
The
one.
axe is pretty cool too.
The
axes are good.
the Boko bats do that too.
I like
really?
Except for they just spin, so you can just hold it and you keep spinning until it breaks.
not the club, the
No,
bats.
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's a club. It's a big old club.
Right, that's what I mean.
Oh yeah, the
bat.
small club.
The,
Yeah,
okay,
no.
one's actually
Yeah, I
that's called
haven't
a
come
club.
across those ones.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one is I have. Oh, what the hell? I just had the name in my head. Claymore.
Oh, I
found
got
a
one.
Claymore.
I did, yeah.
Just because, like, when he equipped it and it was just like put the shield away and it's just like holding it off to the side, like running with it, I was just like, yes, because it's like you never get to do anything like that in a Zelda game. You have your basic swords, and
You
they
got the big
predicate all
Goron
the-
sword. at-
You
at
had
some
that
point.
one, and that was like the only variation you'd ever get in
Magic
like,
sword.
swords.
Yeah.
But even like with the various swords you get, they play the same way. They have like different strength.
yeah.
But the action, the animations are the same way. But it's like every weapon you find has its own thing, and it's fun just to experiment with them.
I'm still getting back because I haven't played my Wii U in a while, but I've been playing a lot of 360, so I'm trying to get my buttons flipped back around in my brain.
I can't do it.
Back and
It
forward.
messed with me already.
I can't play any other games right now other than Zelda.
Yeah, so
it has to be some other completely different kind of controller for me
Yeah.
to play it.
So I've been messing my buttons up a lot, but that's led to some interesting reveals. Like when you're running with the spears, if you're running and you have a spear attached to you, and you're just kind of running, and then you press the spear button, you do this like lunging, like
There's
Yeah,
running.
you do that
There's
with-
running moves. There's jumping moves.
Mhm.
And it all depends on how you're jumping. It's so good.
yeah, and
I
just experimenting with the weapons has been fun as hell.
Guys,
I think my favorite weapon's either the spear or the leaf.
I need to play more with the spear. I haven't.
I just really like the spear because you have all that reach and you attack super fast.
Yeah,
And then,
it's not very
like,
strong, but you're just like
you guys have
I was
figured out how to
surrounded
throw
at
the
one
weapons,
point. And I was like, just stabbing like 360 degrees around myself.
You figured out how to throw the weapons, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I love throwing those spears.
Oh
It's like-
yeah. I wouldn't even think
They're-
about that.
Yeah.
They do double
They're
damage
really-
when you throw weapons.
yeah. And then I really like the leaf just because nostalgia.
Yeah, I like the core arc lead.
But I really like spears, so
So messing around with the amiibo stuff, I did get a boomerang. I can't wait. To play
yeah, I can't wait to use that now.
now.
Thank you. I want to use that boomerang.
I got lots of fish.
I got a lot of fish too.
Yeah, I'm just I'm gonna keep going in Nakers and until I find something I really like. I think next time I play, I'm gonna start heading in the direction of Kakariko Village and
That's where I plan on going. I'm gonna try to stay with them as much
I would
as I can.
say for you guys to go there.
Yeah.
I just kind of.
I want to go
So
to a
you guys
town.
know-
I want to
well,
go to a town.
Me,
I would
yeah,
just
me
say,
too.
just so you guys know about the question you guys asked yourselves earlier.
Okay, so yeah, you clearly get more story
Yes,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which heads up, next episode I plan on opening the episode talking
We're
about
gonna
story
jump
stuff.
right into it. So
Because there's a big
I hope
scene
you guys
that
are playing.
happens. Yeah, for sure.
Because it's awesome.
it's so good.
Hopefully you
It's
got
so
it.
good. Like
Yeah.
I can't even begin to describe how good and how different it is.
Well, hey, you don't have to because there are so many reviews out there that did it for us.
So Tiffany has never really played a Zelda game before, and she was saying like,
This is
"Well,
a
this
weird
is
one
the
to
first
start
time."
on. Just because
So-
it's so different.
So she's like, "It would be kind of cool. I can actually watch and see what it's all about." And I was like, "Yeah, no, that'll be great," because she's always working on her computer on the couch. And the more I play of it, the more I'm like, this is not really indicative of what every other Zelda game has ever been. This is so much different from anything else, and it's so good.
But it's really good.
But it's still Zelda.
It
Still
is Zelda.
has that
Still.
underneath it all.
It still feels like I'm playing Zelda too, so.
It has like everything right there.
It's so good. It's just good. It's
like it takes the good aspects of a lot of different kinds of open world games and puts that Nintendo
vibe.
their philosophy is through and through inside that game.
Yeah, I never would have thought that for an open world game, if they were just sort of like, you get to put your own beacons down for things to find, that I would have been like, really?
Yeah.
You're not just going to throw a checklist at me?
Yeah, no.
Wow!
You actually go get quests and stuff?
Like they'll draw in the details on your map, but you have to look around and go, oh, that looks cool, I want to go there, and then make your own waypoints.
Yep.
It's not just some
Which I love.
checklist.
Oh, it's so good.
I love the checkpoint thing. So
It's so cool. It's so good. Everything, I just keep telling people, it's so good. Because it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to play more of it.
Yep.
Me too. I just want to go home
I
and play
will
some more.
tonight.
I'm probably going to just fall asleep when I get home, but wake up early and jump right in.
I will
I'm
probably
going
fall
down the
asleep
hall
playing
and
it.
passing out
Yeah.
after we're done with this.
Thank you all for listening. If you're listening to this on iTunes, you can also find us on Google Play. We also have a video version on YouTube where we will be putting collections of our screenshots and various
Cool.
things in
All right,
there.
I'm gonna
we got our switches.
I'm
and
going to keep
stuff
making as many screenshots.
Oh,
and
I'm
posts as
going
I can.
ham on those screenshots already.
Yeah, go crazy with them, man. You can also find us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page where we share a bunch of Zelda stuff. Right now, Switch-related stuff, but you can also plan in the future. It will be for Zelda funny stuff, interesting stuff, things like that, and also pictures that we'll put up from our game, from various things. But it's really a Zelda funny thing.
Chat of the Wild.
Chat of the Wild. Thank you all for listening.
Wild.
We cannot wait to tell you more about
I
our
know.
adventures next time.
I can't wait to find out more.
I know. I still want to find out.